makapag-demo. Okay. So, yung sa introduction ni Miss Rufa, bakit po premium skill ang clean up? Yan. So, usually, pag mag-prospecting po tayo, messy books, this is one of the biggest problems ng ating business owners. Dahil na-busy na po sila sa kanilang businesses, nakalimutan na po nilang i-update yung mga books nila. Ayan, so napag-iwanan. So focus sila on growing and the sales and the marketing. So, in the end, ang napabayaan po ay yung bookkeeping side. So, it's more on recording transactions, updating, and reconciling. Okay, so when you say messy books, ibig sabihin, kailangan po siyang linisin. Okay, so that's what you call clean up. And then, we need to update. So, yan yung ibig sabihin natin ng catch up. Okay, so clean up and catch up. So, masasabi natin na messy books, pag meron tayong makikitang mga miscategorized transactions inside QuickBooks Online, so mamaya no, makikita po natin yan. Kung meron din mga unrecorded transactions, ayan, hindi kasi maiwasan no, na may mga instances na hindi nahugot ni QuickBooks Online, okay, or na-record ni QuickBooks Online yung mga bank feeds. Okay, so it could be connection, okay? So pwede din sa internet, pero most of the time, yun yung problema. Although, nakakonekto siya online. Okay, so another one is pag makakita tayo ng mga negative balances, let's say accounts receivable. So pag makita natin ito sa balance sheet na naka-open and close parentheses, so that is considered messy in the sense na kailangan po natin siyang linisin. Baka ngayon, hindi na-create yung mga invoices. So, na-record lang yung mga collections ng ating customers. So, those are sample of the instances kung bakit kailangan natin clean up and catch up the messy books. Okay, so I want to tell you a short story muna no, before we dive into. So, eto pong clean up and catch up. This is my first bookkeeping skill na nai-offer ko sa aking mga prospects since way back 2017. Ayan. So when I started doing this online bookkeeping on the side because I have a work sa isang company. So I do this part-time, ayan, while earning dollars on the side. So, hindi ko na nagagalaw yung aking sweldo kasi yung pang part-time na kinikita ko ay mas malaki pa, no? Compare dun sa sinisweldo ko. And then, every time na merong mga projects, okay, so happy po ako. Ayan. Kasi, I was able to charge premium rate dahil, bakit? Bakit makapag-charge tayo ng premium rate? It's because of sense of urgency. Ayan. Okay, yung usual problem kasi ng mga business owners dahil wala na silang time, gusto agad nila na ma-resolve yung issue. Okay, yung issue, etong problema nila ay hindi updated yung books. Okay, so dyan tayo papasok. So that's why this is the best or considered as one of the premium bookkeeping skills that you can offer to your prospective clients. Kahit ano pong target market. Okay? So, ang gagawin mo na lang, kung kabisado mo na kung paano maglilinis ng libro, mamimili ka na lang ng target market mo. Kasi most of the time, almost all of these business owners, etong messy books ang problema nila. Kasi iba yung focus nila eh. Ang accounting and bookkeeping kasi, this is a specialized skill. Okay? So, kailangan ng may nakatutok. So, mahirap din yung magdi-DIY. Okay, so ngayong hapon, I'm going to show you how to do a cleanup and catch up inside QuickBooks Online. Okay, so we have here a sample company. Ayan. So, wait lang. Mamaya ko na ito papakita. Ayan. So we have here a sample company and then we can see here dito sa ating bank transaction. So wala siyang laman, right? Okay. So ang scenario nito guys, halimbawa, ang last na-record na transaction ay for the year 2020. So, hindi pa naumpisahan si 2021. Okay? So, ang issue ko ito sa inyo ngayong hapon, yung napakasimple lang na clean up and catch up para maintindihan ninyo. So, let's say the last tax return was filed 2020. So, ang ibig sabihin nito, 2021 po yung gagawin nating clean up and catch up. Okay. So let's say, let's start with one bank account. Okay, so this is Capital One 9560. So syempre wala siyang laman. Now, all you have to do is you check kung kailan to siya last na reconciled. Okay, so this was last reconciled. Nakalagay dito, it's December 31, 2020. So anong ibig sabihin yan? So we will start with 2021. Okay? So kung i-check natin to siya sa 2021, for 2021, ayan, kung napapansin mo, maliit lang yung transaction, right? So you can see here, no? Meron tayong 2020 and then we have 2021. So malamang hindi ito nakakonect online. Okay? So wala siyang na-record during 2021. So pag ganito, ang gagawin natin, dahil napakarami po mga transactions na dapat i-record. So first is we have to ask for the bank statement sa ating client. Okay. So ang gagawin natin ngayon, ngayong hapon, so let's work with one bank account muna and do some catch up 1 month and then reconciliation 1 month. Okay, so by batch yung gagawin natin. So for account Capital 19560, example, humingi na tayo ng bank statement kay client. Okay, so I have a sample here. So makikita ba ninyo si bank statement? Ayun. Okay. So, inaantay ko pa yung response ng ano, no? ng nasa screen. Okay. So, eto yung mga tatandaan natin, ha? Ang tatandaan natin, una-una, yung account number. Okay. Kung tama ba yung bank statement na tinitignan natin. So that is very basic. Okay, so as you can see here, we have 9560. So that is the last four digits ng bank account. Okay? So meron siya ditong beginning balance, meron siyang deposits, meron siyang total checks or debits or charges. Ayan. So deduction. And then meron siyang ending balance. Okay? So dito naman sa baba, you can see the summary, right? Ayan, summary ng deposits and withdrawals. Okay, so yun yung mga tatandaan natin. Cut off. Ayan. Okay, so yun yung importante, the cut off. The account number. Ayan. Okay, tapos, etong babantayan nyo, etong mga um, summary. Okay, so napaka-importante po yan, no? And then, next is, since wala si 2021, so let's say, let's start with January 2021. So, since ito ay naka-PDF statement, then we have to convert this one into CSV format. Okay? Para ma-upload natin yung mga transactions sa kay QuickBooks. So, we have apps online. You just have to search converting PDF to CSV. Okay, so let's say yan, halimbawa, ito yung Zamzar. So we just have to choose files, kung ano na statement, ayan. Okay, then convert this into CSV format. And then after converting, i-download mo siya. Then from downloading, kailangan mo siyang i-edit. Okay? Yan, ayusin mo din ito after. So, hindi naman ibig sabihin pag na-convert natin, maayos na siya. Okay, katulad nito, sabog-sabog. Ayan, no? Okay. Ayan. So, after you do some paglilinis, ayan. So, I have here a clean copy. So, naging pattern ko na yung 4 columns. You can have 3 columns if you want. Okay, kumbaga pa iisang column lang yung amount. Okay, so nasa sa inyo na yan. Ayan. So I have here date description, debit and credit. So nakasummarize na siya. Okay? So before you upload this one, eto pa. Ito yung mga tatandaan natin, guys. Be conscious and aware of the dates. Importante to. Okay? Baka ngayon, yung bank statement na kinonvert mo ay 2022. So, uulit ka na naman ngayon. So, before you do something, check first the supporting documents. So, like this one. So, this is 2021. Ayan. And then, importante din yung mga amounts at kung saan sila nakalagay. Okay, katulad dito, yung mga deposits nasa fourth column. And then yung mga charges naman nasa third column. Okay? So, simula't simula pa, ito na yung aking ginagamit or yung format ko. Okay, 4 columns. So, we have the date. Be conscious of the date, the year, especially the year. Lalo-lalo sa mga credit cards. Kasi minsan may cut-off na yung involve yung pag-change ng year. Let's say, merong December 31, 2023, and then merong January 1, 2024, yung mga ganun, no? Kasi yan yung mga usual na format ng credit card, yung cut-off niya. Umabot siya doon sa pag-change ng date. Yan. So, just be conscious of the date before you do something. And then make sure yung PDF statement na gagamitin nyo ay tama. Okay? And then, another one is, check first magkano yung total deposits and the total charges. So, your reference here is the bank statement. O, katulad nito. So, ito yung mga deposits. Okay? So, ang ginagawa ko, ina-highlight ko lang siya kasi makakalculate na dito yung sum. So, this is 15,831.37. So, ito yon. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, tama siya. 15,831.37. Ayan, kita nyo na. And then for the withdrawals, dapat 16,782. Ayun, nakalagay. 16,782.06. Ayan. So, ibig sabihin, kompleto na siya. Okay? And then, you are ready now to manually upload inside QuickBooks. So, yun yung mga basic na dapat tatandaan natin. So, the dates, the amount, the balances, in reference to your bank statement. Okay? And then in the bank statement, make sure yung cut-off period, yung account number, yung mga ganun. Okay, so yun yung mga importante. The next is, we are now ready to upload this one. Okay. So, pag makita mo na nasa chart of accounts, etong si 9560, kasi imamap natin to, ayan. Ibig sabihin, andyan siya. So, you can go to either import data, ayan, or pwede din dito mismo, ayan, upload from file. Okay. Then, pipiliin mo na yung files na i-upload mo. Okay. Imamap mo siya dun sa right account. So, since ito yung account na i-connect natin, etong mga transactions na ito, okay, then you click continue. Now, in the first row, yes, we have the header. So, nakita niyo yung may mga date, description, debit, credit, and then how many columns for the amounts. Inlagay ko dito is 2 columns. And what's the date format? Month, day, and year. Okay? Then, okay na tayo dito. So, click continue. Pag walang mag-appear something na red dito sa taas, ibig sabihin malinis yung file mo. So, it's ready to it's ready for uploading. Ayan. So, dito ko na siya i-check para lahat na. Okay? Then, click continue. Ayan. So, all 60 transactions will be imported under dito kay Capital One 9560. Okay? So, madali na lang siya kasi andito na siya. Ay, hindi mo na kailangan pang mag-entry ka isa-isa. Abutan ka ng siyam-siyam. O what if kung 3 years ang ipapagawa sa iyo? Yan, no? Sayang naman. So, kumbaga pa, client mo na yon, no? So, dapat meron ka ring strategy, may planning ka, may timetable, in the sense na, let's say, day 1, ito yung aking gagawin. I'm going to ask for the bank and the credit card statements. Okay, let's say, day 3 to day 5, ito na yung i-convert ko yung mga PDF statements to CSV files and then manually upload per month. Okay? And if you do manually uploading, make sure by batch. Huwag nyo siyang gawing isahang taon. Okay? Kasi mahirap yung magkamali ka, ulitin mo yon and then mawawala ka sa gagawin mong clean up and catch up process. So make it 1 month at a time. 1 month, kung okay sa iyo, pwede mo yan siyang i-upload by month and then later, categorize mo siya per month and then reconcile per month. Okay? So, malalaman mo na yan siya kung what works for you. Right? Okay. So, since meron na tayong mga transaction dito, for capital 19560. So you have the description. Ayan. So you have also the charges. The next na gagawin natin, since gawa na tayo doon sa manually uploading bank transactions, next is we have to categorize na. Okay? Etong mga transactions na ito. Kailangan na natin mag-assign ng mga accounts. Okay? So, syempre, magtatanong tayo kay client, ano ba yung mga transactions na merong nakalagay dito na Alibank? Ayan. So, syempre, hindi tayo familiar yan, no? So, itatanong din natin yan kay client. So, client, ano ba itong mga ACH withdrawal Alibank? Okay, so, transfer. So, syempre, kung halimbawa, magsabi si client, so this is withdrawals or going to my personal account. Okay? So, maglalagay ako ngayon ng base name. Ayan. And then, dahil eto mga transaction, kung napapansin nyo, paulit-ulit siya. Di ba? So, pag paulit-ulit siya, para mabilis, gawan mo siya ng bank rules. Para sa susunod na meron kang i-manual upload and then is still referring to the same type of transaction, then definitely mababasa yan ni QuickBooks. Tapos, nakapag-create ka ng bank rules, automatic meron ng account na, na mailalagay dito. Okay, for example, etong ACH withdrawal, Alibank. Let's say this is withdrawal. So, we can create rules here. Okay. Okay, so let's say, papasok natin siya sa owner's pay and personal expenses. And then payee. And then I'm not going to auto-add this one because mahirap yung hindi, papasok siya sa QuickBooks na hindi pa natin siya i-check. So, wag lang natin siyang i-auto-add. Ayan. Parang may control pa rin siya. Okay? And then you click save. Ayan. So, automatic na siya. So, the next time you upload something and then merong nakalagay na Alibank, automatic maglalagay na siya ng rules. And then make a habit to place the payee's name. Para in the future, let's say nakalimutan mong gumawa ng bank rules, no? And then, kompleto yung paglagay mo ng payees, hahanapin mo na lang siya sa vendor. Okay? Dito, hanapin mo na lang siya. So, if you go to vendors, ayan, meron ng Alibank. And then, all you have to do is, check mo lang kung meron ng mga existing na transactions para malaman mo kung anong account na gagamitin. Okay, so let's have an example. And ba, pinasok mo to. Okay, kung pinasok mo na yan siya, and then let's say sa succeeding month, hindi na-recognize yung bank rule, and then it so happen, nung pumunta ka doon sa vendors, inopen mo si Alibank, ayan, may nakita ka na dito, owner's pay and personal expense. So definitely, ang gagamitin mo ay ito na. Okay? It's because meron ka ng reference na ginawa. Right? Okay. And aside from that, ang mabilis lang sa bank rules, pwede mo na siyang i-batch categorize. Okay? Katulad nito, dahil meron na siyang bank rules, so ipasok mo na siya lahat. No? Ayan. Okay? Accept mo na siya. Okay. So, example yan, no? So, that's the advantage of using bank rules. How about sa susunod ng mga transactions? Usually, yung ginagawa ko, ginugroup ko sila, puro lahat spent or charges, and then another one is puro naman lahat receive. Ayan. Okay? Tulad dito, yung mga deposits. So, if it's deposit, Stripe transfer, okay, let's say your client uses Stripe to accept payments from the customers. Ayan. And then, this is a service business. Ayan. So, ang gagawin mo, so we place here, let's say, Stripe customer. Ayan. So, this is a deposit from the Stripe. And then, the account that we will use, ayan, services income. Ayan. So, pwede ka rin gumawa ng rules dito. Ayan, katulad dito, nag-recognize na siya kasi merong word na stripe. So, automatic na siya naglagay. Pero mas maganda gawan mo siya ng um, rules. Okay? So, let's say, Ayan. So, sa susunod na kung merong mga Stripe deposit, so automatic maglalagay na siya ng rules. Okay? Ayan. So here, meron nakalagay, kung napapansin nyo, meron tayong mga invoices, no? So ipapasok muna natin tong etong mga Stripe na walang invoices. Okay, let's say eto. So click ko yan siya. So ang ginagawa ko ngayon ay nag-batch categorization ako. Okay? So, iwanan ko muna yan kasi meron siyang invoice, open invoice. So, yung mga open invoice dapat i-close natin by applying the customer payments. Okay. So, click muna natin accept. Ayan. So, meron tayong natira dito. Ayan. So, wag niyo itong i-match siya kasi this is an open invoice. So, we have to close it first. So, katulad dito, it's January 29 and the invoice date is January 4. Okay, assuming this is for customer Zian, i-close natin siya. So, we'll make this January 29 payment date. Ayan. Okay. Invoice siya. Open invoice. So, here, check natin to. So, meron tayong 71150. Okay, 29. 15. And then we have one January 29. Ito. 25. 25. So we have here 452.09. Ayan. Okay, match mo siya. Another one is 71115. Find match. Okay. 1939 match. Difference 0 match. Ayan. So, naubos na ngayon. Eto, receive na portion mo. So, next mo naman gagawin ngayon ay yung nasa spent column, yung mga charges. Okay? So, ang ginagawa ko, sort ko siya by description. Yan. Okay, hahanapin ko itong. So, i-check ko si bank statement. No? Um, ayan. So, nakalagay dito, ACH withdrawal, capital 1. Okay, so I'm going to ask the client. Okay, client, ano ba itong withdrawal capital 1? Okay, kung halimbawa, sinabi ni client, this is payment to credit card. Okay, then we have to categorize this as payment to credit card. Yan. So, itatanong mo rin si client kung etong credit card ba ginagamit ay sa business or personal. Okay, so ngayon, ang ginagawa ko, i-check ko muna kung meron ditong credit cards. Okay, so wala. So, assuming, so since this is payment to credit card, Capital One credit card. Okay. So, gagawa ako ng credit card. Capital na account. Okay. So, credit card capital. Yan. Okay. So, anything related sa capital, ayan. So, pwede mo na yan siyang i-batch categorize. Okay? So, halimbawa naman, etong mga natira, dahil si client ay nag-hire ng mga contractors, no? For example, so nung tinanong mo sa kanya, so these are all payment to contractors. Ayan. So, lagay na lang tayo dito ng ano, um, sample lang. Ginawan natin siya ng rules. Ayan. So, meron na siyang rules. Pindutin mo lang shift key and then click accept. Yan, lahat na yan siya papasok. Okay. Pag pinasok na natin itong nasa under for review, nasa categorized part na siya. So, ibig sabihin, nasa loob na siya ni QuickBooks. Okay? So, makikita natin yan siya here. Yan, pumasok na siya. Okay. So, once done ka na for the month of January, so this is your first month, then you reconcile na. Okay? So, 16.44. 967.13 beginning, and then ending is 3016.44. Okay. So, i-check ko ngayon. Deposits, we have 15,831.37. Okay, so meron siyang difference. Minus 15,831.37. So, 265. So, ito. Okay. And then, 16. So, may $3. Ito. Bank charges and fees. Okay. So, ayan. So, click finish now. Then, you are done. Okay? So, by batch mo siyang gawin, yung pag-reconcile. And then, next is, ang gagawin mo naman, upload mo naman manually yung transactions. Okay? And then you categorize and then perform your reconciliation. Pag matapos ka na sa isang bank account, then another bank account. Yan ang gawin mo. Pag matapos ka na naman sa another bank account, then proceed with credit cards. So, ganun pa din yung process niya. So, same lang yung gagawin niya. So, make it by batch. So, if pwede, meron kang checklist. Ano yung mga accounts na natapos mo? Ano yung mga accounts na gagawin mo pa lang? Okay? So make a checklist. And then, another thing is, let's say, pag-check mo kay client, no? May mga instances kasi na yung mga clients natin, hindi alam yung kanilang ginagawa. Most of the time, nagde-delete sila. Ginagawa nila, nagde-delete sila, meron silang bino-void, may change na amount. Ayan. So, halimbawa, eto. Okay, halimbawa, eto lang. So, meron siya, ang ginawa niya dito, dinilit niya. Okay? So, given na reconciled na yon. So, another one is, halimbawa, eto. Halimbawa, from 1154.36, pinalitan niya ng 1500. Okay. So, hindi talaga yan may iwasan, no? Na may mga ganun na instances. Hindi naman kasi maintindihan ni ano ni client. So, nagdi-DIY siya. DIY tanggal. Ayan, mga ganyan, no? So, part of the process yan nila. Pero hindi nila alam yung consequence of deleting. Another one is, let's say, meron siyang binoid. Void naman siya. Okay? So, let's say, this is voided. Ayan. Pag mangyari to, usually, ang makikita ninyo, pag pumunta kayo ng reconcile, ayan, may makikita kayong ganito. Okay? Kabahan na kayo. Ayan. So, may makita kayo na naka-red. Your account isn't ready to reconcile yet. Kumbaga pa, nag-upload ka na, nag-categorize ka na, tapos biglang may nakita kang ganito. Medyo kabahan ka na, no? Ano naman kayong pinanggagawa nito? Bakit may ganito? Okay? So, before I encountered this one, the difference was $1.5 million. And then when I check it, ginagawa niya pala, nagdi-delete, nag-void siya, nag-change siya ng amount. And hindi lang isang transaction, guys. So, it's more than 100. So, imagine. Okay. Kasi hindi yan alam ng mga business owners. So, wala yan silang pakialam. Basta ako, palitan ko to, ito, i-delete ko, ito, i-void ko. Okay? So, ang mas maganda lang, pag alam mo kung paano mo siya i-address, ayan, so that will be very valuable. So, meron naman ditong video tutorials. Okay? So, pag makakita kayo ng ganito, all you have to do is you click this one. We can help you fix it. So, you click that one. Ayan. So, ipapakita niya dito ano yung mga nangyari. Ayan. Kasi merong feature si QuickBooks Online, meron siyang audit log or audit history. Okay? So kung anong pinanggagawa dun sa mga transactions. So as you can see here, we have the summary. Ayan. So gumawa lang tayo ng sample. So let's say, let's start this, etong una-una, no? Okay. So meron itong audit history. Ayan. So makikita mo, ayan, from the start, so this was charged to contractors. Ayan, pumasok siya kay 9560. Pagdating dito, reconciled na siya. So from cleared, naging reconciled na siya. Ayan, oh, nakita nyo. Okay. And then check also the amount. It's 1,154.36. But then, pinalitan siya ng 1,500. Ayan, oh. Okay. So, makikita mo yung history. Okay, from here, 1,154.36, naging 1,500. So, ang gagawin natin, ibabalik natin siya sa tamang amount. Okay, 1,154.36. Okay. So, malalaman mo naman yan eh. Tingnan mo. Pag i-click mo ito, ayan o, 1,154.36, tapos dito is 1,500. Okay? So, ayan. So, papalitan mo lang siya. Okay? Check mo siya. Ayan, ito yung kamatch niya. Okay, then save and close. Okay. Next is, tapos na tayo dito. Ito naman. This one, so tingnan natin dito. So from here, it's manually added and then cleared. Ayan. Reconciled. And then after that, nakalagay dito, voided. Okay. So, binoid siya. Kaya naging zero na yung amount. So, meron tayo ditong expense ID. So, click mo lang to. And then, from here, okay, dahil na-void siya, so this is 264.90. So, ilalagay mo lang dito yung amount. Okay? And then, tanggalin mo lang itong voided. Ayan, sa memo. Ayan. And then, save and close. Okay. So, refresh mo yan. Okay. So, napapansin nyo, nag-iba na yung amount. We can help you fix it. And then this one, this is deleted. Usually, yung deleted, bumabalik yan siya sa bank feeds. Okay, like this one. Ayan, no? Okay, ito yung 378. So, ipasok mo lang to. Ayan. And then, balik ka dun sa reconcile. So usually pag deleted, kailangan mo siyang i-reconcile. Uulitin mo lang yung reconciliation mo. Okay? So yung last statement na or last reconciliation date na ginawa natin is January 29, 2021. So kunin lang natin yung ending balance nito. Ayan, kasi uulitin lang natin yung reconciliation. Re-reconcile. Ayan. And then, start reconciling. Okay? So, andito na siya. Ayan. So, pinasok na natin si 378. So, finish now ka na. Ayan. So, wala ka na makikitang something red here. Then, it's time for you to move on to next month. Next, let's say, February 2021 na i-reconcile mo. Ready ka na i-reconcile mo naman si February. So, ang gagawin mo naman, since wala pa tayong February na transactions, then you can get the PDF statement, and then another one is convert that one and then manually upload. And then categorize. So, ganun din ang gawin mo. I-categorize mo and then reconcile mo na naman siya. Then proceed with next month na naman. Okay? So, pag matapos mo na yung isang account, another account na naman ang gagawin mo. Okay? So, yan yung mga um, gagawin natin. Right? Now, another one is eto kasing bulk ng work ng clean up and catch up. Inuuna talaga natin yung mga bank statement or bank accounts, I mean, bank accounts, kung may PayPal siya, inuuna natin, credit card, kasi lahat ng mga transactions na na-incur, may it be deposits or charges, dyan po siya nag-start. Kaya nauuna tayo sa bank or credit card accounts. Okay. So, that's for the clean up and catch up. Another thing is, i-check din natin yung mga undeposited funds. Okay, so makikita yan siya sa, what they call this one? Sa bank deposit. Okay, dito. Yan, malalaman nyo kung may laman ba siya or wala. Ayan. Pero pag may laman siya, katulad nito, it's 2022. Hindi pa naman 2021 kasi 2021 naman yung i-workout natin. Okay, so let's leave this muna kasi 2022. Kasi nag-start tayo sa 2021. Okay, so ino-note lang natin na meron pa palang 2022 na mga undeposited funds. Okay, so leave as is kasi 2021 pa naman yung ating i-work out. Okay. Another thing is yung i-check na naman natin ay yung mga unapplied cash payment income. Okay, so this is very minimal lang naman, no? You can check that one under profit and loss. And then gawin mo siyang cash, yung accounting method. Okay? So makikita mo dito yung unapplied cash payment income or bill expense. Ayan. So mapansin nyo, meron ditong unapplied cash bill payment expense which is zero. So dapat linisin natin ito kahit zero. So check din natin kung merong income. So wala naman. Okay. Ayan. So nangyayari ito guys pag so this is bill. Ayan. So we're going to arrange this one. I'm going to arrange this one according to vendor. Kasi bills to. Okay. So, Coach Zero naman siya. Ba't kailangan nating linisin? Ayan. Kasi mag-a-appear siya. Okay, kahit zero. So, lilinisin na natin. Minimal, clean up lang naman. So, nangyayari si unapplied cash bill payment expense. Pag nauuna yung ano tawag nito? Yung payment date natin sa supplier versus doon sa create natin na bill. Okay? So, katulad nito. So, bill, this is a transaction type when you create accounts payable na transaction. So, this is utang. Okay? And then, pag nabayaran na natin itong bill, ayan, mag-appear na siya as bill payment check. So, this is transaction type. So, kahit na mag-zero out na siya, nag-appear pa rin yung zero. It's because yung date. Kung napansin nyo, okay. So, we have here, Ira Joy. Nauna yung date ng payment. This is January 3. Create ang bill after January 3, which is January 4. Nakuha nyo? So, parang nag-advance tayo ng bayad. Okay? Ayan. So, nauna yung bayad kaysa pag-create ng bill. So, yan yung isa sa mga tatandaan nyo. Same here. Your bill is March 9. Ayan, March 9. And then, we have here check March 9. Okay. So, eto din, bill. We have March 25. And then, we have the check March 22. Oh, nauna yung payment kaysa bill. Okay. So, let's start with 2021 muna tayo. So, kung nakita natin na nauna yung, ano tawag nito, yung bill payment check na date. So, papalitan na natin tong bill or billing date into bill payment date. Okay, so if this is January 3, so we'll just have to change this one as January 3. Okay, para hindi na siya mag-reflect. Okay, yung billing date natin, papalitan na natin ng January 3. So, napansin nyo, wala na si 2021, right? Ang natira na lang is 2022. So, kung babalik tayo doon, kung gagawin natin tong cash, okay? So, wala na. Wala na si unapplied cash bill payment expense. Napansin nyo? Na wala na siya. Right? So, kahit palitan pa natin yan, ayan, wala na. Okay? So, yan yung mga dapat na gagawin natin na corrections. Aside from that, let's say, matapos mo na siyang magawa, no? Na-record mo na yung mga sales, expenses, then go with the profit and loss report and check for any uncategorized transactions. Okay? So usually, ang makikita natin dito yung mga ask my accountant, yan. Tulad dito, merong uncategorized expense. Okay, so i-reclass lang natin into its proper account. Okay, so click lang natin yan and then let's check. So bakit kaya ito as my accountant? Okay, so babalikan mo yung, tingnan mo yung PayPal bank statement, i-check mo itong description na ito. And then, if you found out na meron ng previous na transaction regarding dito sa description, then look for that on the vendor section. Okay, let's say ito, Salman Ahmad. So, chinek mo doon sa vendor section. Meron palang previous transaction regarding kay Salman Ahmad. And then you check for the categorization na ginamit. Okay, so halimbawa, upon checking, you found out na ito pala ay office supplies and software na account. Then, you can categorize right there and then. Ayan. Okay? So, Wala na siya, right? And then another one is etong uncategorized expense. Meron pa ba itong site toolset? Tingnan natin dito sa ano. Ayun. Okay. Wala pa pala. Okay. So upon checking, let's say this is still office supplies and software. Okay. Save and close. And then, yan. Okay. So, services, ayan. Oh, wala na. Right? So, okay na siya. So, wala na tayong uncategorized, wala na tayong ask for accountant, wala nang unapplied, cash bill, payment expense. Ayan. So, okay na. Aside from that, yung finishing touches natin, chine-check natin kung um, per transaction, katulad nito. So, this is SEO service. So, i-check lang natin kung tama ba ito na ito ay SEO service income account. Ayan. So, if you think na okay na ito siya, then goods na tayo. So, for the services, ayan. So, i-check mo. Okay. Kung lahat ba ito ay service income, ayan. So, ang ginagawa natin, check natin per account at mga transactions na pumasok dito. Okay? So, parang ito lang yung pinaka last glance natin ang gagawin. Okay? So, example lang to. Ayan. And then here we have, let's say, advertising and marketing. Okay. So, halimbawa, katulad nito, advertising and marketing. Ay, hindi naman ito advertising and marketing si Sir Porks. So, dapat ito ipasok sa office supplies. Ayan. So, you have to change also that one. Okay. So, ibig sabihin, mawala na si advertising. Ayan. Okay. And then, contractors. Okay, tingnan natin ito bank charges and fees. Check natin. Okay. And then, etong contractors. So, chinek mo. Baka may maligaw dito. Ayan, o katulad nito. O, bakit contractor ang nilagay kay Sion Nitro? Ay, hindi naman ito contractor. Ito ay office supplies. Yan. Okay? So, palitan mo siya ngayon. Yan. So, malinis na si contractor mo. Ibig sabihin, lahat talaga ito ay for contractors. Walang nahalong iba. Okay? Ayan. So, tingnan mo na naman to. So, i-review mo naman siya. Check mo. Scope Magazine. Okay, tama yan. That's job supplies. Yan. Proceed ka. So, for the office supplies and software, ayan, eto naman, i-check mo kung tama ba ito. Okay? Kung halimbawa, merong isa dito, na hindi naman belong sa office supplies and software, then you reclass it to its proper account. Okay? And then, pag okay ka na, next is you're going to check naman your balance sheet accounts kung meron bang nakalimutan. Okay? So let's see, this is, okay. So sa bagay, hindi naman natin tinapos yung ano, yung pag-work ng 2021. So given talaga na yung mga negative balances. So i-check mo, katulad dito, ay bakit may mga negative balances? So yun pala, hindi pa tayo tapos sa ating ginagawa, di ba? O bakit meron pa yung Chase, meron pa PayPal Bank, and then for the AR, For accounts receivable, ang gagawin natin dito ay i-compare natin yung balance kung pareho ba dito sa ating reports. Okay. So, check natin, no? So, okay. So, nung kinuha natin yung AR aging summary as of December 31, 2021, so we have 271.64. So, tama siya dito sa ating, ayan. Okay? So, dapat pareho siya sa aging. Okay? Then, yan. So, i-check mo din yan. Tulad nito, negative pa siya kasi malamang hindi pa natapos yung ating reconciliation. Okay? So that will be the final touch. Okay? So iilan lang yan siya sa process na ginagawa natin pag mag-clean up and catch up tayo. So how much more pag maraming bank accounts and then merong mga payment gateways, lalong-lalo sa mga e-commerce sellers, no? Siyempre, i-reconcile mo rin yan. If they're using PayPal, Stripe account, okay? Yung mga Shopify Pay, ayan, Amazon Pay, mga clearing accounts yan, lilinisin din yan siya. Okay? So, depende yan siya sa, ang pag-charge mo ng cleanup and catch-up ay depende sa complexity ng business and then kung gaano ba kadami yung accounts na i-reconcile mo. Okay. So, may it be bank, credit card, payment gateways, ayan. So, yun yung isa sa mga ways na pag mag-charge tayo ng clean up and catch up sa ating prospective clients. Ayan. Then, after checking profit and loss, balance sheet, pag okay na, then good ka na. Okay? So, just make sure na yung mga balances, pareho din siya doon sa mga statements. No, katulad yung Capital 19560 as of December 31, 2021, eto ba talaga yung balance? Yan. Okay? So that's how you clean up the books of your clients. Ayan. So depende siya sa dami ng accounts na lilinisin mo. So, mag-uumpisa talaga tayo doon sa mga bank accounts and the credit card accounts. Then from there, ayan, nabubuo na yung mga profit and loss. It's because of the charges. Ayan, yung mga sales, yung mga collections natin sa mga customers. Okay? So, that's it. That's the end of our simple cleanup and catch up process natin. Ayan, simplify yan siya. Okay, kasi ano lang to cleaning service business, ayan, yung ginawa ko na demo natin. Mag-uumpisa muna tayo sa napakasimpleng transaction para maintindihan natin yung flow. Okay? Then before we proceed with something complex when it comes to clean up and catch up the books of our clients. Remember guys, no? Kung eto lang yung skill na i-focus nyo at i-master nyo, okay na ito. Okay? To present it in front of your prospective clients and then you'll be able to charge premium. Ayan. So usually, ang ginagawa ko, I charge it by month and then multiply it with number of months. And then, pag makuha ko na yung amount, I will set the minimum and the maximum price. Para pag mag-negotiate si client, alam ko kung ano yung minimum and then the maximum that I could offer to him. Okay? Pag dumating na yung sa point na may negotiation, para meron kang point of reference kung kailan ka magbabargain sa kanya. Ayan. Hindi pa masyadong complex yung transaction. So, meron ka lang acceptable offer or price. So, at least, alam mo yung minimum and the maximum price. So let's say, pag compute mo, nasa between $500 to $1,000, then from there, kung halimbawa magsasabi siya, okay, Alfie, can we negotiate it to $700? So kung nasa range mo yon, then you can go for it. Okay? So pwedeng ganun. No? As you go along with this um, online bookkeeping, and then your pricing with your prospective client, matansya mo na yan, ma-validate mo na yan kung ano yung mga price range. Okay? As you go along with this journey. Ayan. So, do you have any questions?
Miss Alfie, meron pong question dito. Paano po i-adjust ang net income if hindi siya pareho sa balance ng 1120 tax return?
Ano yung 1120 tax?
1120 tax return.
Okay. Sa US ba yan?
I think US to coach.
Pag ganito kasi, no, pag hindi, as a corporate to eh, okay, mas maganda, you talk with your accountant. Kasi, malamang may mga adjustments yan silang, ano tawag nito, isa-suggest or ibibigay pag halimbawa, merong mga differences. So, better talk with the accountant. Kasi may mga in-house accountant talaga yan sila. Kasi tayo naman, it's more on the recording transactions. Then any differences, ang ginagawa ko niyan, ibibigay ko yan kay client. Okay, example na, ibibigay ko yan kay client. And then, I'm going to ask the email of their accountant and then communicate. Let's say, accountant, here's the report. So if ever you see any differences, and you can go back to me and then we can talk it over. So pwede kayo mag-Zoom, pwede kayo mag-Google Meet para malaman mo sa side ni accountant ba't may ganitong difference. Then you can make adjustment. So better you consult it with the accountant. Okay? Kung may mga differences. So from time to time, dapat open yung communication at huwag niyong paabot doon sa mga last days na. O, lalong-lalo na ngayon, no, na nasa tax filing season tayo. So, kung may mga differences, kung may mga problems, i-communicate nyo agad kay client o dun sa kanyang accountant kung sino yung right person na i-address yung mga differences. Kasi kahit na si client, hanggat hindi mo siya i-guide, hindi niya rin yan alam. So, connect with the accountant. Okay?
Ito po, question. 5 years clean up sa property management. How much do you think yung minimum to maximum considering the complexity of the industry?
Okay, so for real property, hindi ako makapagbigay masyado niyan, no, ng estimate kasi hindi ko naman din alam kung ilan ang bank accounts, credit cards, or any payment gateways. Meron ba siyang ginagamit ng mga payment gateways? So, dapat alamin muna natin number of bank accounts, number of credit cards, kasi the weight of your work has something to do with reconciling those number of bank or credit card accounts. So the more bank or credit card, the higher the price. And then, the more na ilang years ang gagawan nyo ng project, then tataas talaga yung pricing. Okay? So, kunin muna natin kung ilang mga bank accounts. Baka ngayon, tag-10 bank accounts. So, syempre, i-gauge mo siya. Are you going to accept this price per month na ganito yung price range? Okay? And then, compute mo siya. And then, if you're going to multiply it by 12, so i-assess mo, i-compare mo siya dun sa revenue. No? May capacity ba si client na makapagbayad ng ganitong amount sa iyong gagawing clean up and catch up? So, the revenue also will serve as a additional guide pagdating din sa pricing. Okay?
Ayan. So, kanina meron dito pero nasagot ko na. So, just to inform everyone. Okay, sabi nung ano natin ni kanina, si Miss Jennifer, ganda, ganda sana, kaso di pa ako familiar sa QuickBooks. Sana may online training din for beginners or newbie. Thanks. So, we just wanna inform you guys, ha, kung makikita nyo sa aking comment kanina. So, meron kaming beginner-friendly for QuickBooks and Xero. So makikita niyo po siya sa aming YouTube channel. So ang pangalan po ng aming channel is The Shepherd Virtual Accountants and Bookkeepers. So nandun po, makikita niyo may playlist doon, nakalagay Free Trainings Playlist 2025. So doon niyo po makikita lahat ng ating trainings.
So, mali mo, next month, ayan. So, we will also hold like this one, no? Yung mga pang beginner level na QuickBooks. So, I am also open to share with that. Okay, don't worry guys. Marami pa tayong content na i-share.
Ayan. And sa mga nagtatanong if we have replaced, yes, we have replaced. Again, nandun siya sa DS Bob YouTube channel. So, dun po namin ilalagay lahat ng aming trainings. And para sa mga kasama po namin dito na nakapag-enroll na sa The Bookkeeper Secret Academy, so don't worry, this is a free training. Baka nabigla kayo kasi medyo pang pro na to. Pero don't worry kasi pag pumasok kayo sa loob or pag naging estudyante po namin kayo, he will teach you step by step kung paano siya. So from basic accounting to um, pro level, ituturo po namin sa loob. Ayan, sabi ni SJ, alam ko, ano estudyante to si SJ. Newbie here po, just watching to familiarize with the flow and on how to navigate QuickBooks. Thanks po. Ayan, so,
Ayun.
pwede pa natin lagyan ng password yung previous months para hindi ma-delete or ma-void when it
Pwede,
comes to QuickBooks, Miss Alfie.
yes, pwede. Kaya lang
Ayan.
yung ibang client naiinis. Pag ginagalaw, kaya babalikan ka. Pero syempre, para hindi siya malagyan ng mga changes, like yung mga deletion, mga void, then you can put password for that.
So, meron pa dito, how about po yung mga scholars? So, don't worry, no? So, ang aming admin ay medyo loaded po kami. Pero don't worry, it's part of our task. It's part of our deliverable. So, wait nyo lang po dahil magre-reach out kami sa inyo. And also, we have your emails. So, just in case, baka today or Monday morning makatanggap na po kayo ng inyong access. Ang aming YT channel po ay The Shepherd Virtual Accountants and Bookkeepers. Yun po ang aming YouTube channel. Thank you so much, Coach Alfie. Thank you po. I love it po. Ayan.
And more to come. Oh, malay nyo, may mga client getting process din tayo. Okay? So, this is for the month of March. So, I'm glad din, no, na meron ding nag-comment na they want also to learn yung mga beginners level. Yes, so we can have that. Okay. This March, pwede.
Ayan. Miss Binabel, what time po ang class? It was already posted on our TBSA Facebook group and Discord. So, pakicheck na lang po ang ating calendar. Naglabas na po ako kanina. And then, siguro, since marami pa tayo, no, para ganahan si Miss Alfie na mag-free training sa susunod, if you can drop down or write down below yung inyong mga topics na gusto for the free trainings, much better para meron kaming idea kung ano yung ipapa-free training pa namin. So, by the way, this is a continuous free trainings brought to you by the Bookkeeper Secret Academy and the Shepherd Virtual Accountants and Bookkeepers. So, ayun po. Pwede niyo pong ilagay dyan. And sa mga gustong mag-enroll, pwede po kayong mag-message sa aming Facebook page, sa aming email, or mag-reply po kayo sa email if ever po napadalhan kayo. Ayan. Meron po dito, sabi ni Miss, I don't know, Riches Deo Cades, Bank Recon daw po, Miss Alfie.
Ayun. Yung kanina, yung ginawa natin, bank reconciliation. So, siguro, i-chop-chop natin yung mga topics, no? Kasi, medyo mahaba. So, siguro gawin natin purely bank reconciliation, then credit card reconciliation, yan. Or PayPal bank statement reconciliation. So, yan yung gagawin natin. Okay?
Just to give you the context, guys, kapag nagre-recon kasi is iba yung process with different platforms. So, iba si PayPal, iba si credit card, and si bank. Kaya, isa-chop-chop po natin siya. Part by part. Ayan po, bank recon lang ba? Ang gusto nyo i-put free training? Parang isa lang po yung nakita ko na topic. So we have 65. It's your chance, guys, to ask questions and at the same time, put your desired topics sa ating comment section. Ayan po. Sabi ni Miss Janet, Cash App and PayPal Recon po. Sige, Miss Janet, noted about this one. Hindi na po gumalaw ang aking comment section. So, wala na po ba kayong tanong? Okay. Newbie pa po, kaya no idea pa po. So, if you can visit our YouTube channel, lahat po ng mga nandun, actually, we have a lot of video resources, learning materials, nasa TS Bob FB group po. So, allow me to share my screen para mag-guide ko kayo kung saan ba siya nahahagilap. Para po kahit hindi pa po kayo makapag-avail ng TBSA, eh makita niyo po siya. So, here it is. So, by the way, this is the free group. Okay, wala po kayong babayaran. This is completely free. And makikita niyo po yan. So, nakalagay is the Shepherd Virtual Accountants and Bookkeepers. Ito po ang aming Facebook free group. And then, under guides section, so pag kinik ko po itong guides, is nandito po, ano ba, paano ba, ano yung pwede mong i-offer. Yan, magkano ba ang pricing, QuickBooks, Zero, and a lot of resources. So, nandito po siya, pwede nyo po siyang i-explore. Another thing, we also have, pakita ko na rin po ang aming YouTube channel para baka sakaling may naligaw pa po sa inyo, just to let everyone know, meron kaming YouTube channel. And then, dun po sa aming YouTube channel, we have a lot of playlists here. So, anyan, nandito po. Free webinars, ayan, if hindi pa po kayo satisfied kung ano ba si TBSA, you can watch our testimonials. We also have the past recordings from free webinar, like from the year 2023 and 2024. And we also have Rise of Online Learning. Alam ko may iba sa inyo nagtatanong, ano ba si Rise of Online Learning? So, makikita nyo din po dito, ano yung nasa loob ni Rise of Online Learning. And of course, yun nga po yung sinasabi ko dito, yung Zero and QBO. And we have here How-To series kasi alam ko, marami po kayong tanong, paano ba? Yan. So, kunyari ito, How to Get Clients. Meron din kaming full playlist. So, baka nyo po pwedeng panoorin yan para mas maintindihan nyo po siya. Ayan. So, I hope this helps, guys. So, balik na tayo sa ating comment section. Recon po na ginagawa every month end. Pricing. Pwede po ang pag-create ng chart of accounts for startup companies. Zero pay run. Okay, migration from one software to QBO. Ayan, sabi ni Miss Jovelyn, hello, very informative. Ask lang po sana, ano po ba ang unang task to do as a virtual bookkeeper using QBO?
Ayan, may sagot na ako doon.
Ayan, so,
Alamin muna natin no, kung anong year yung gagawa natin ng work or project. Importante yan.
ayan. So sabi ni Miss Leia, do we have any events for tomorrow, March 2? Wala po. Just to let you know, guys, kami po ay nagpapahinga at tayo po ay magpahinga every Sunday. So, may mga free trainings po tayo ng Sunday minsan kapag enrollment. Pero usually, wala po tayong schedule every Sunday. Yeah. So, next. Ito po, Miss Alfie. Si client po may QuickBooks Desktop 2016. Then, nag-upgrade po sa QBO. Advice po ba siya for clean up?
I-migrate niyo yung yung sa 2016 or you can start with the I mean the trial balance, yung mga balances, yung sa 2016, then proceed with QuickBooks Online na 2017 and then up to present.
Mhm. Ito po, month-end closing of books, accruals, and prepayment entries both in QuickBooks and Zero. So, yan ang kanilang um, mga requests. So, we have here also, do we have US taxation subject sa masterclass? The answer po is wala po. Pero meron po kami nito sa loob ni Rise Up Online Learning. So, it's a different programs under TBSA, Rise Up Online Learning. Yan, sabi ni Miss Hilda, pinalook accounting for e-commerce. Yan. So, if ever na may tanong kayo about Rise of Online Learning, so meron po kami niyan. Meron kaming e-commerce sa loob. Meron kaming Shopify. Yan. If ever nagtatanong po kayo about dyan. We also have, wait lang po basahin ko. Para wala akong makalimutan. Okay, we have Australian bookkeeping. If ever you're interested with this one. So we have Australian bookkeeping, Canadian bookkeeping, Amazon bookkeeping, cleanup and catch up, client getting, mindset training, real estate, Shopify bookkeeping, A2X, Microsoft Excel, QuickBooks Online, QuickBooks Multi-Currency, QuickBooks Desktop, Wave Apps, Xero, Zoho Books, Gusto Payroll, QBD and QBO Payroll. We also have Philippine taxation and US taxation. So lahat po ng mga nabanggit ko ay nasa loob po siya ni Rise Up Online Learning. So if you want to know more, just email us or send us a message through our Facebook pages. Miss Leah, about the calendar for batch 15, please check ang ating Facebook group and ang ating Discord. Nandun na po ang ating announcements. Sabi po ni Miss Glenn, thank you po Coach Avi. As always, very informative. Additional skill unlock. Ito po, nag-post din si Miss Avi. We will post the schedule for the SBAB po for this month of March for any free trainings. Yan, abang-abang lang guys. And don't forget, kapag may nakita po kayong announcement ay ilagay sa calendar para po kayo ay ma-notify. Salamat, Joy. Absolutely po, very helpful. So, huwag po kayo mag-alala, marami pang bagay na pwede namin kayong matulungan or maraming bagay pa na pwede kayong ma-educate with accounting and bookkeeping. So, stay tuned sa aming mga free training sa loob ni TS Bao. Ayan, wala na po atang comment, Miss Alfie. I think we're all good. thank you. And thank you for joining us this afternoon. Kanina may nabasa ko, sabi niya, Happy New Month of Learning. I love that. Yeah. So, happy learning. Happy Saturday learning, guys. Okay, meron pa dito. As a beginner, ano po una namin aaralin?
I think we have the roadmap, no? Inside TS Bob. Meron ba, Miss Rufa?
Yes po, sa guide section, guys. So, punta
Oh,
kayo sa guide sections.
yes, you can start from there.
Ayan. Miss Mary Grace, I think you're part of the scholars. So, wait mo lang. Wait mo lang po, no? We are really working overtime back end. So, wait nyo lang po ang inyong access. Lahat po ng mga scholars. So, hello sa inyo. Wait nyo lang po ang access. Mabibigyan po kayo niyan. Hindi pa po kayo nagagahol. On time pa rin tayo. Also, may record po ba nito? Yun nga po, ang aming recording for this session is nasa TS Bob YouTube channel po. Ayan, sige, Miss Avi, anything that you wanted to share before we part ways?
Okay, so thank you no for taking your time to attend our free session. Dahil free ito, dapat you take advantage of it, right? So, alam ko na Sabado ngayon, March 1, weekend, very busy, ayan, spending time with your family, but you took time to attend this webinar, and I would like to congratulate you guys for being committed of attending our free session. So, abangan nyo lang po, no, yung mga free trainings pa. We will post that one inside TS Bob sa ating calendar of activities. Okay? So, any free resources, training, ayan, mag-attend po tayo. Kung nasa stage pa tayo ng exploration, okay, kumbaga pa, tinitest pa natin yung waters. Is it for me talaga itong online bookkeeping? So, this is a high time for you na mag-attend tayo ng mga free trainings para ma-assess nyo or ma-evaluate kung ito ba talaga ay para sa
Mag-attend
inyo.
tayo ng mga
Okay?
free trainings para
Okay, Miss Rufa?
Right, so thank you so much and maybe see you next week again for the free training. Tuloy-tuloy po yan. So, na-note ko na po lahat ng mga request nyo. So, pagbobotohan na lang po namin ni Miss Alfie kung ano yung next topic. So, maybe next is about how to begin, if ever. Alright, thank you so much guys. Have a great weekend. Bye!